Who are these gems? Hello everyone, this is a Steven Universe discussion slash theory slash analysis on the new promo that came out, because if you have been not on the internet for the past 2 days, which is basically impossible by this day and age, you would know that we have an announcement or a trailer promo for new Steven Universe episodes, and in this case, Steven Bomb 6. We're getting new episodes in the form of a bomb. So they start on May 8th if you don't know. So yeah, I don't know what time, but yeah, look out for May 8th. They should be coming within about 2 weeks, a little bit more. So yeah, look out for those episodes, watch them if you can, all that stuff. Now, when it comes to the promo, of course, the biggest question is this screenshot, or at least this scene right here. Now, I know what a lot of people have been thinking. I even thought it at first, but then it hit me as well at the same time. And people are saying, oh yeah, it's a Lapidot fusion. What if it's a fusion of Peridot and Lapis? That would make sense, because, you know, look at the body, the hair, and most importantly, the wings, and all that. It would make sense, but the biggest giveaway on why this is not a Lapidot fusion is the size. You see the full body of this gem, from head to feet, and you can tell right off the bat this gem is really small and really short, about as tall as Onion, I would assume. So there's like no height to this gem whatsoever. And why I say it's a dead giveaway on why it's not a Lapidot fusion is because pretty much a golden rule when it comes to fusions is that no matter what, even in the case of Stabani or Smoky Quartz or even corrupted gems, or even like gem mutants if you want to count them, so like the cluster technically, no matter what, basically, when a gem fuses with another gem, or just when people fuse, their heights are always combined. Steven and Connie are pretty short for their age and all that. They're, you know, they're teenagers basically by this point, or preteens, whatever you want to count them as. They're pretty short. They're not all that tall. But when you combine their heights, they're basically like 6'5" at best. They're really freaking tall. The same thing goes for Garnet slash Ruby and Sapphire. Ruby and Sapphire fuse, they make up Garnet, and Garnet is pretty much known for being tall. It just makes sense, and it just goes on and on and on with every fusion. The more gems that you add to a fusion, the bigger they get. It goes with rubies, they become big. It goes for Alexandrite, Amethyst, Pearl, Garnet slash Ruby and Sapphire. Combine all 4 of them together, and you get Alexandrite, which is so far the tallest fusion that we've seen in action. And I suppose if you even want to count the Temple fusion, which is a fusion of about 5 gems of Rose, Pearl, Ruby and Sapphire, and I suppose Amethyst, or whatever gem that they fused with at that time. And that's a really big fusion as well. So, of course, the more gems you add to it, the taller the gem gets. Why in this case, of all times, you know, kind of the most anticipated fusion, why would this gem be really short? Why would the fusion of Peridot and Lapis be short? Now, I know there's like the fan theory of like, oh well, you know, Peridot's getting shorter by the minute. Maybe she's like the size of a Tic Tac now, and they fuse to be this gem. It doesn't work out. Now, unless, like, you know, they've truly forgotten what a model sheet is, and they're just going to use the excuse of, oh, well, it's how, you know, the storyboard artists draw their characters. It's not going to work in this case. Or, you know, they've truly forgotten a golden rule when it comes to fusion. None of it just adds up. So, in this case, no. This gem is not a Lapidot fusion. The gem is just way too small to be a fusion in the first place. It just does not fit. Now, I do know where, you know, it does come from. The water wings, or at least we would assume they would be water. The wings in general, and kind of, you know, the hair and everything like that. It would make sense. But in this case, with just the biggest clue and biggest giveaway, no, it is not a Lapidot fusion. Now, I have heard that these 2 gems, including the gem on the left, the names are, the left one is Topaz and the right one is Aquamarine. I don't know if those names are actually confirmed. It would make sense. I could see these gems being what they are. I actually thought at first that Aquamarine was the name for Lapis, like the very first time she showed up. It would make sense. She controls water, but, you know, not in this case. It's Lapis. moving on with everything else that happened in the promo, or at least how I could talk about what's going to be happening within this arc or event or within this bomb, and that is, I'm assuming, you know, it's Blue Diamond again. I got this from my friend, so if you're watching this, you know who you are too. If you're watching this, thank you for giving me this idea. He said that, okay, well maybe it's Blue Diamond that's kidnapping more humans, you know, just because she wants to do that and all that stuff. That's why Sadie's missing, and that's why there's even this screenshot of Onion missing. That's why I'm assuming that they see the poster of Onion, he's missing, and that's where Steven and Connie end up. That's why they're in the woods. That's where Onion showed Steven and all that stuff. So finally, the episode Onion Gang actually has meaning, because they're going to go back there. I don't know what they're fighting, because it looks like they're fighting something. Connie has a sword. Steven gets thrown to a tree and everything like that. And, you know, they're hiding and everything. So, yeah, it looks like they're fighting something out there. I don't know if it's a monster. I don't know if it's another gem, or if it's the 2 gems that took Onion. I'm assuming they just immediately took him. They probably asked a few questions and they just said, you know, you're coming with us and everything like that. So, yeah, everything else, you know, Pearl crying, I don't know what that could be about. Maybe something dangerous happened to Steven or something like that. Steven's giving the thumbs up and he's going somewhere, I suppose. I don't know where, but he's going somewhere. But, yeah, there's not too much that I could exactly talk about, because, you know, there's nothing that I could go off of entirely. I could talk about it, but then it won't exactly lead into somewhere that would make sense, at least to me. I've already talked about the fusion, not a Labradot, and then, you know, Steven and Connie are in the woods fighting something. Everything else, and I'm guessing, you know, Garnet is also taking part of the action. She's fighting something. I don't know what. Could be the 2 gems that I mentioned. Could be Topaz, because looking at the silhouette of Topaz or the shadow of it, she's pretty bulky, like more bulk than Jasper, actually. But then again, Jasper's buff, not exactly bulk. There's kind of a difference there too. So yeah, or I could actually mention blocky. That's a better word. Blocky is a better word than, you know, bulky. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I could say about the promo. I honestly just kind of wanted to talk about the fusion, but if I just did, it would be kind of a short video. So I just decided to talk about the whole promo entirely, as best I can. Now, I actually have heard that this promo is called "Are You My Dad?" or something like that, or that's the nickname of it. You can find it on YouTube as well. I don't know who's saying that. For some reason, this won't even make any sense, so kind of ignore what I have to say here. For some reason, when I hear that, I'm thinking it's the child of Connie and Steven from the future. But I honestly do not think they want to incorporate time travel ever again in this story. I don't think they should, because time travel is a very, very dangerous thing to talk about when it comes to story. And if you don't know everything about it, and if you slip up once, it just destroys the story with, like, big plot holes that just cannot be covered. Not even plot holes, like plot canyons. So I don't think, you know, it's what I said earlier. It's got to be someone else. Maybe it's a kid that's lost their memory, everything like that. Then again, that kind of goes with what I said earlier. They find the kid. She says, "Oh, are you my dad?" They say no. They're in the woods, by the way. And then they meet the 2 gems, and then they have to fight them or something like that. That's how I think it will go down. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Have any questions, comments, concerns, or any other discussion topics you guys want me to talk about? What do you think these 2 gems are? Do you actually think it's Labradot fusion? And actually, last thing I could say, when it comes to Labradot fusion, ironically, I have made a video in the past saying that Ashley Birch could be voicing Peridot's manager or a Labradot fusion. Maybe finally she's voicing, you know, the fan dub character of Aquamarine. That could be the case here, or Topaz, whichever comes first. I would assume Aquamarine, because I know that Ashley Birch has voiced some characters that are, like, happy-go-lucky and very hyper and everything like that, so I'm guessing with this small character, it would fit her. So, yeah, you know, everything else, fan art you want to draw any for the channel would be greatly appreciated. Email, Twitter, both in the description below, everything like that. Have a great day, have a great night, and everything else you know what to do. Bye. Bye.